I'm going to give you a rundown of everything we've achieved in 4 months. So it's the last day of building before I go to UK for Christmas for the family, and then also go to Cuba and Mexico, and I'm going to give you a rundown of everything we've achieved in 4 months. I guess number one is the roof. We took off the roof, we leveled the roofs with tons of concrete, we built a wall, we put the beams on. We got that crazy center beam onto the roof. We poured it with concrete, reinforced with iron, and then we put on the thermochip, the layers. We put it in the chimneys, which have to go in before I can tile the roof. This big beast of an insulated chimney, and another one in that corner. And then we put on the tiles and tiled the roof with about 1,800 tiles. So that was obviously a major job, and it's done. Upstairs, we put in the windows. Every single window which is staying in the house is being put back in with rapid cement, the framework, and we have loads of much more beautiful, well-sealing, solid oak windows which are well insulated as well. So basically that's a game changer for the house. Got another window here which will have a toilet underneath it. We made this one smaller. One here as well, which will be in the hallway. That'll be where the shower is. I'm gonna do something different with that. And here is a double door for the other spare room. Remembering that this window and that huge thing we take out used to be just one small window which you could just get your head and body through. I think maybe have like 2 doors, like a double door here. Yeah. So take out this and this pillar here. This will be the bathroom. This is the spare room. And this, above it, is a loft room. It's just big enough with the extra height of the roof that if we want, we could sleep more people up there, or just use it as a great storage place. In here, there were 5 rooms, and now we're gonna have 1 major bedroom here, from here to the back. We've got this bedroom here, and in the back a bathroom, and obviously these structures above. This is the bathroom, just a ton of old stuff in the cupboards. I'm basically gonna empty everything out of the house. All the bedrooms, all the cupboards, with old bottles of alcohol, random stuff in the bedrooms, and then basically have a clear house, because then once the house is clear, I'm basically ready to work. Clear out the creepy room with the crucifix and the Jesus pictures. I'm essentially doing a house clearance, which should have been done probably 15-20 years ago, and you got all these personal effects from these people, like cute little photos of their family, letters, sort of slightly racy magazines. So apart from this wardrobe, which I need a bit of help to move, cleared out almost, well, basically the entire house. Downstairs, the change will also be massive. We obviously first we put in this toilet, and we needed a toilet, and we ripped the one up upstairs. So this is the little toilet which will be used, and eventually that will be part of the main structure. We ripped out all the walls in here, just broke them down. This wall is much tougher because it's an older wall, and they packed it in with rocks. You know, 2 quite thick layers of concrete. It's a lot harder to bash through. So maybe I'll work on that. And upstairs, there's a couple walls I'm going to take out. They're not structural. Nothing in the internal of this house is structural, thankfully. It means got a lot more options with what we do. You can start to visualize a bit better what you can do with the space. It's quite hard when it's all closed in with these little walls into tiny little rooms. window. And here, obviously, we ripped down pretty much the entire front of the house, and we put in this 4 meter by 2 meter amazing window with incredible views. It's gonna be so good when it's done. The floor was reconcreted, and I built a fire hearth. This is gonna hold the fire, which will go up this chimney we made. And again, on this part here, we had to build this yawl, where it's a cross beam which takes the load of this beam, so I can put the chimney in the right place, and then it's all good. These ceilings, they were entirely sandblasted because the beams originally were like black with paint and stain, and this stuff was just covered in tons and tons of old paint. Not entirely sure what we're going to do with this yet, but at the moment it's just so nice to see the wood colour on the beams. Outside I had the main electrics rewired, new cables and modern stuff covered instead of just bare to the world. This front door was also sandblasted, and inside here we've ripped out some of the interconnecting walls, took out a huge barrel from that room and basically cleared most of the space so it can be used. And we cleared barn, I cleared all of the hay which was almost to the roof and old and rotten and decomposing. It was an insane amount of work. Here, built some benches, organised tools, stacked wood, and in the dirtbag kitchen we obviously created the whole thing. You can eat when the weather's good, and we replaced this floor with big boards because it was terrible before. And also in this area we found dynamite and cannonballs and all sorts of crazy things. So the first job is to clear out all of this hay. There's loads of it. Luckily I have a neighbour who wants hay for putting down for their chickens, and my other neighbour wants hay to mulch out olive trees. So we're going to start off with the loose hay. There's a lot of it and it's really mouldy. Mouldy hay is potentially very bad for you. It can give you farmer's lung, which basically means you're hypersensitive to dust from then on, or that sort of dust. So we've got this mask. It cuts out all particulate, really good masks. So you could break up asbestos with these masks and they fully seal around your mouth. So basically, get rid of the hay. Got planning permission, got the architect Nina, who sorted out all the stuff in an amazingly fast process. And then we could start the build. That was game-changingly awesome. See that top of the window? We replaced all the lintels, ripped it out and put these big beams in, and those big beams used to be above the doors here. We ripped out the mains, sewage pipes, and we put in our new own ones. Not so hard, but really important to get it right and good. From here, we ripped it out. It used to be a pigsty, filled in the floor, put in our first new window, and basically turned into a fully usable, habitable room. In the bottom of the barn, we ripped out all the old farming stuff, and there was a lot of old wire and junk. And in this part of the barn, which is now storage for materials, we gutted it and took out tons and tons of old rubbish and burnt probably about 3 tons of wood. In the shed, we built a shower which just pumps amazingly hot water and also looks really nice. This has been a game changer because when you're tired and you've been filthy from doing filthy work all day, to be able to have a hot shower, which is ragingly hot, is a game changer. So what we've done now is we've basically put in these frames, screwed on the hardboard. Unfortunately the wall's not straight, which is going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass for tiling. And we got this door which we got from the house. How's the dirtbag tiling going?
It's wonderful. I think we're pushing. Boston!
In the garden, Day created vegetables and we had fruits. We didn't have to buy vegetables for 3 months. Absolutely incredible. And over here there's another whole row of garden beds which she's done and now has finished up with more compost ready for the spring. It's an enormous skip, which is half full, is the third skip of old building stuff to come out of just that house. It's mad how much waste there is, and when you think about all the stuff you take out, half the time you're adding a similar amount back in, and that's all carried by hand. I think the most important part of this whole process is simply how much I've learned. Like, I didn't know anything about building a house before I started doing this. I figured out that actually it's not that complicated. You just need to know kind of roughly how to do stuff, and then like it will teach you as you do it, because you'll make those little mistakes, and in the end it'll be fine. You know, you might have to redo the odd thing once in a while, but that is always the cost of education. It's never free. Like this window, in and out 3 times before we got it right. This window, you know, thought it would fit, had to rip out half the wall, put in new lintels. Working with standards, now that's another thing, because you're going to find out what the standards are, because if you do it wrong you might have to redo it or you won't be certified. So it's really important to get the standards right, and things like how the chimney is and the distances from flammable objects, or how the plumbing is, the size of the waste tanks. Again, not complicated things. And we have electrics and plumbing to come, but it's about finding that information and then applying it. So my initial idea for this place was just do it quick and just finish it and then move on to the barn. But as I realised the potential of this place with big windows, and changed my mind, doing a really good job, spending all my money on this. Just in the house, packing for Cuba, and literally just arrived in time is some ropes from Eldred. This is the Eco Dry. Eldred's really good for eco stuff, but this is the Pro Dry 8.9 Pro Line rope. Bloody amazing. Oh, so cool. And it also has this cool system where you break the paper and you can just pull it out of the packaging, so you didn't have that really annoying either massive rope mess or you've got to do a load of stuff. So pretty psyched to get using this in Mexico. So we're packing now. I'm gonna go to Cuba. It's really novel to be packing inside a house, not a van. It's a dusty house. But yeah, so basically trying to work out everything we need for Cuba and Mexico for the next 2 months, as well as some time in the UK. So first things first, this is an 80-meter rope, 15 drawers, some slings, harness, helmet, knee pad, and then maybe some clothes.
And that's it. We are off. We are off to Cuba and Mexico, and you will see those vlogs very soon.